3.
A very good morning to Puan Mahani. Today our group want to present our heat exchanger. My name is Rutiran Analaki Tanimalai. My metric number is 01 DPU 19F1086. Today the introduction of heat exchanger. Heat exchanger is a device designed to the transfer heat from one liquid to another where two fluids are physically separated. In our design, we assume that the cooler which used is a shell and tube heat exchanger. The advantages of shell of tube heat exchanger are the configuration give a large surface area in a small volume, can be considered from a wide range of material and easily cleaned. How is heat exchange? Thermally, it's transferred via three methods. It's conduction, convection, and radiation. Most of heat exchanges for HVAC purpose of convection and conduction. Radiation heat transfer does occur, but it makes up small reason. There are many types of heat exchanger. Firstly, rotary wheel. A rotary wheel type of heat exchanger has a large surface cylinder which is attached to the shaft. It has gas permeable material inside. When the cylinder rotates, both the gases move in the counterflow pattern exactly to the shaft. The heat of the warm gas is absorbed by the gas permeable material, then it is transferred to the cooler gas. Sometimes gasorific material is put on the gas permeable material to absorb the moisture from the gases. And follow on fixed plate. These types of heat exchanger do not have any moving parts. They have fixed plates that are extremely arranged and are separated from each other. Both the gases and fluids flow separately in these alternate plates and the transfer of the heat takes place between them. The flow can be counterflow, parallel flow, or cross flow. And the following heat exchanger is heat pipe. This type of heat exchanger has an evaporator and a condenser separated by a plate. It has tubes running parallel and separated from each other. On of the evaporator side, the hot air transfer its energy to the liquid refrigerant, thus boiling it. The vapor refrigerant now passes through the pipes to the consider side. The opposite process takes place. The cooler now passes over the vapor refrigerant. The vapor refrigerant, after transferring its energy, turns to liquid and flows through the pipes to the evaporator side. This type of exchanger generally uses parallel flow patterns. That's all.
Assalamualaikum, nama saya Muhammad Fatil Haikal bin Faisal. Nombor metrik 01 DPU 19F1084. Seterusnya saya akan sambung run around coil. In this system, a pump circulate water or any other liquid through the system. There are coils that are mounted in either series or parallel in facilitate maximum amount the heat transfer. This type of system is beneficial in any session. This means that if the outside air is warmer than the exhaust air is pre-cool outside air. And if the outside air is cooler than the exhaust air is preheat the outside air, making the system more energy efficient. Seterusnya, hot gas. The HVAC system compressor generate heat by compressing refrigerant. This heat can be captured and used for heating domestic water. For the purpose of heat exchanger is placed in between the compressor and the condenser. The water that is to be heated. It circulates through the heat exchanger with the help of a pump whenever the HVAC system is on. Seterusnya is bundle condenser. This heat exchanger consists of two sets of water tube in the condenser shell. The superheated gas is forced into the shell where the transfer of heat is to water take place through the tube. Seterusnya, heat jacket. Water jacket are kept at the side of a reciprocating engine or a gas turbine to absorb the heat generated. This heat can be used for generating steam or for heating water or fuel oil. Seterusnya, hot flue gas condenser. The hot flue gas condenser from the boiler exhaust can be used to heat water or fuel oil. An arrangement consisting of the series of pipe or water jackets are made in the boiler exhaust for the transfer of the heat. It can mainly be used to preheat the boiler feed water. Seterusnya, hot drain. Heat from the hot condensate used in the kitchen, bathroom or laundry system can be used for boiling water. Condensate is continuously formed when the release of heat take place. Heat take place in the condensate return can take the condensate heat for heating water. Seterusnya, heat pump. The atmosphere of kitchen and laundry is extremely hot. This heat can be used of heat water or for the purpose. This can be done by using the dedicated heat pump that mechanically concentrates the heat in the atmosphere and bring it to the temperature when it can be used. Seterusnya, saya serahkan kepada Muhammad Aiman.
Okey, nama saya Muhammad Aiman bin Azman Pawira dari DPU 3B, nombor metrik 01 DPU 19F1082. Okey, saya akan menerangkan tentang question dan jawapan. Okey. Soalan yang diberi di sini adalah manufacturer is to design a heat exchanger in which the specification takes some steam for bar G to heat secondary water from 10 Celsius to 16 Celsius. It is assumed that 1 liter of water has a mass of 1 kg. Okay, diberi kat sini mass flow rate dia adalah 1.5 liter per 1.5 kg per second. Okay. Soalan kedua pula diberi the manufacturer use a heat transfer coefficient U for the heat exchanger of 2050 W per meter square. Take the specific heat of water as a 4.19 kg per kg. Diberi suhu kat sini adalah 4190 joule per kg. Okay, at a 4 bar, the saturation temperature adalah 150 Celsius. HE dia diberi kat sini 2108.1 kg per kg. Okay. Kat sini dia suruh terangkan yang pertama the design heat load, B dia the corresponding steam flow rate, dan C dia the minimum heating area required. Okay, cara yang pertama untuk soalan A adalah untuk mencari heat load. Yang pertama ialah kita menggunakan formula Q sama dengan MCP darab total temperature dia. Ini heat mass dia 1.5 kg. Kita just masukkan nilai yang telah diberikan tadi 1.5 kg darab dengan CP dia ni specific heat yang telah diberi 4.19 kg darab dengan jumlah ni suhu dia, kita kena tolak suhu akhir dengan suhu awal 60 Celsius tolak dengan 10 Celsius. So kat sini kita dapat total heat dia 314.25 kilojoule per second. Kita terbitkan dia dalam bentuk kilowatt. Okey. Yang B pula dia suruh cari corresponding steam flow rate. Okey. Formula untuk steam flow rate sama dengan kilowatt darab 3600 kg per meter darab dengan HE. Okey, kat sini pun kilowatt dia kita telah dapat 314.25. Just kita masukkan saja nilai dia. HE ni tadi telah diberikan nilai 2108.1. So kalau kita kira darab dan bahagi dia, kita dapat nilai 536.6 kg per H. Okey. Untuk mencari nilai minimum heating area to meet the requirement, kat sini pun kita perlu masukkan saja nilai dia. Formula yang diberi adalah temperature sama dengan temperature yang T2 tolak dengan T1 bahagi dengan ln TS tolak dengan T1 bahagi dengan TS tolak dengan T2. Kat sini kita dapat kumpulkan nilai dia. TS dia diberi dengan steam temperature sama dengan 152 Celsius. T1 dia secondary fluid in temperature yang diberi juga 10 Celsius. Dan T2 secondary fluid up temperature sama dengan 60 Celsius. Kat sini kita masuk saja nilai dia. 60 tolak 10 bahagi dengan ln 152 tolak 60 bahagi dengan 152 tolak 60. 60 tolak 10 kita dapat dengan 50. 152 tolak 10 kita dapat 142 dan 152 tolak 60 kita dapat 92. So kalau kita tekan untuk jalan kira ni, kita perlu kira yang bawah ni dulu. Kita tekan kalkulator, kita tekan nilai ln darab dengan 142 bahagi dengan 92. So kita dapat 0.434. Okey, yang nilai atas tadi 50, kita bahagi pula dengan 0.434 baru kita dapat nilai sebenar temperature dia. Okey, itu saja.
Thank you. Stop. Kuning stop.
Sekian, terima kasih.
Ya, terima kasih. Dah belum?
Recording stop lah, Cak.
Tak apa. Lagi kita cut.
Okey.